Hello, boys and girls. I am your health and PE teacher, Mr. D'Annunzio. Today, I am going to be teaching you about stress/stress management. All right, this is for the week of February 1st through February 5th. So we are now in the dead heat of winter, so we'll see what type of snow we will get now. Who knows? We might get snow, we might not get snow. I don't know. We're also right around Super Bowl time as well. So I'm excited about that, even though my team is not in it. My birthday just passed. I turned 41. How lucky can I be? And I'm sure a lot of you have had birthdays this year. So happy belated or happy birthday to you. But again, this is February 1st through February 5th. And this is our 5th health class. We have 8 health classes total. So after this, we will have 3 more, okay? So today I'm going to be going off a Google slide presentation. Google slide presentation will be shared with you. You'll get to view that, or you can view this video lesson. It's totally up to you what you'd like to do, whether you like to watch me talk or if you want to view the Google slide. Either one's okay with me. When you get done, please complete the Google form. The Google form is probably approximately 12 questions long. 3 of those questions ask for your first name, your last name, and your homeroom teacher, and your grade level, even though stress, we are only teaching to 3rd grade, or should I say I'm only teaching to 3rd grade. So you really only have like 7 or 8 questions you have to do when it's all said and done. All right, that pertain to the lesson. So let's get going. Stress, all right, I'm going right with the Google slide presentation, but I will talk a little bit off it as well. What is stress, and what do you do to calm yourself down? I'll give you a few seconds to think about that. And when you have an answer, please raise your hand. Okay, I don't see anybody raising their hand, so what I'll do is I'm going to tell you the answer. The answer is your body's response to changes around you. All right, now in the picture in the Google slide presentation, I have somebody that's like pulling their hair out. All right, somebody that looks like me because I pulled my hair out. I don't pull my hair out. But the person in the picture looks like that. And there's a person called Kevin in Home Alone who's like, all right, because sometimes, again, that's how your body reacts, depending if it's a good stress or bad stress. I know a lot of times we always think that there's only bad stress, but there's actually good stress that can occur in our lives. So I'd like to introduce you to both types today, all right? Eustress is, again, let me go with distress first, because we usually characterize stress with bad stress. So I'll start with distress. Distress is negative stress, all right? Some examples of distress could be scoring poorly on a health test. I sure hope not. Second, losing an athletic game. I'm a Mets fan and a Giants fan. So this past year, we lost a lot. So I know what it's like losing. Forgetting a locker combination, all right? 3rd grade, I don't think we have lockers yet, so you don't have to worry about that now. Come next year or in 5th grade, that might be worrisome then. But again, these are all stressors that can occur that are negative. And when these things happen to us that are negative, it can make our day positive. It can be a negative factor on our day. The things I just mentioned could be a negative thing. All right, it could make your day definitely go in a bad direction. Some of those seem like they might be small, forgetting a locker combination. But in school, if you go to middle school and you forget a locker combination, you might need to go to the locker between classes and you might forget your combination. You might be late to your next class. You might miss a bus because of it. So there are factors behind it. If you score poorly on a test, whether it's a health test or another test, it might bring your grade down. The teacher might call your parents, talk to your parents. You might have to do more studying. You might lose privileges at home. Again, there are factors and things that follow these types of stressors. Eustress is positive stress. Scoring an A on a health test or any test could put you in a great mood, keep your grade up. Your parents are happy with you. Your teacher's happy. Winning an athletic game, all right, improves your record, makes you happy, you as an individual happy, your team happy. Or getting a present that you've always asked for. So if I asked for a Ferrari for my birthday, which is not going to happen, But if I did, would I be happy? Of course I would. All right. But again, there's other things I could ask for that are definitely more attainable than a Ferrari. A stressor is anything that causes stress. So I want you to think for a second, things that can cause stress. I got it. I have 2 sisters. So siblings can be stressors. They can tease you, they can say mean things, they can make fun of you. Deep down inside, they love you and you love them, but you know what I'm talking about. It happens. So arguing with a brother or sister can be a stressor. Going to a new school could be a stressor. Luckily, every school that I went to when I was younger, I stayed at that school my whole time. Some of you, all of you watching this, if you've been at Peter Mitchell since you were in kindergarten, or you know that you've been in that school for a while now. If you're new to the school this year, you know that it's tough to go from school to school. It's hard to make new friends, introduced to new teachers, a new community. Other stressors could be getting glasses or braces. I had braces, so I know exactly what it entails. And if you have glasses, you know it's definitely new to you. You know, it's new having wearing rims on your head, your face, and glasses, compared to not having any glasses. All right. And braces, if you not had braces yet, braces are definitely different. Sometime needed. Arguing with your parents. I'm sure none of you argue with your parents, and you are amazing boys and girls. But there are times you might argue, and you might not say yes to every question or everything that your parents tell you to do. And that's not always a good thing, all right, to do. You always want to be respectful and polite, but sometimes it does happen. And I definitely understand. Family members that are sick. Someone's sick at home, not feeling well. It can impact and cause stress. All right. Next up, we have adrenaline. Adrenaline is a hormone that prepares your body either to fight or to flee. Adrenaline gives your body a jolt of energy, speeds up your heart, widens your air passages, tightens your muscles, and sharpens your senses. For example, before a test, how many of you get a little bit nervous? Maybe your heart rate beats. Maybe you start sweating. Maybe you start to shake or tremor. Maybe your palms get sweaty. These are all examples of how your body can react in a stressful situation. Or if you play an athletic game, a lot of you athletic kids out there, you all know, a lot of you are athletic. So if you are participating in some sort of team, before a game you get nervous, you get excited. Nervousness is not necessarily a bad thing, but it's your body's response to stress or to a possible situation. All right. Now, after you get done taking that test, boys and girls, your body starts to calm down, your heart rate starts to go down, and your body goes back to normal. Just like once the game is started and your body gets into the feel of the game, you start to calm down just a little bit. All right, but it's the excitement that leads up to that. And it's that hormone called adrenaline. All right, stress visual. I'm not going to do the visual in front of you, but what I do want to say is over time, stress can accumulate in your body. And this visual, what I was going to show with this visual is how stress can occur in your body. So over time, stress can accumulate. All right. So let's just say you had a bad day. You start off your day, you're late to school. After you're late to school, you're late to your first class. You get to your first class, you find out you forgot your lunch. After you forgot your lunch, you do poorly on a test. After you do poorly on a test, you start to feel poorly in school, maybe your health. You go to the nurse ends up saying you have a fever, you're not feeling well. You end up getting sent home that day, you have tons of homework at home. This sounds like a nightmare type of day, all right? It went from okay, but then it quickly went downhill like a roller coaster. This is when stress can build up over the time. Now, this sounds like a day that could happen. Sounds very realistic. If you find out you're having stress in your life, you want to do the best that you can to reduce your stress. You do not want to hold stress in. You also don't want to lash out at somebody either, because usually the people that you lash out with are the people that you love. For example, your parents. You could lash out at them. Your siblings. you can lash out at them. If you're an only child, then it's probably would be just your parents. If it's not your parents or your siblings, it would probably be your PE teacher, Mr. D'Annunzio. And hopefully that is not true. Hopefully you would not lash out at me. It has happened before where kids have lashed out at me. Very rarely. But again, I can see why it could possibly happen. Is if you're having a bad day, things can come out at terrible times. But again, you want to be able to vent. You want to be able to let your stress out. All right. If you recognize that you have stress, you'll know what to do so these cases will not happen. Okay. Tips to help reduce stress. You want to recognize that you have stress. If you recognize that you have stress, you can manage your time. You can set priorities. You can redirect your energy. You can talk to someone. You can relax, and you can increase your activity. A lot of you, again, you are all in third grade, so you have a schedule to go by. You're getting older. You're not getting younger, and things are always going to get harder. But you need to be organized, and you need to have your schedule. And in school right now, you're organized and you have a schedule. All right, you go to school, you work hard, you come home, you do homework, and then you have playtime. So you have time to play, you have time to work. All right, that's a schedule. Managing your time is very important in that. Going out and playing when you have homework is not managing your schedule and doing what you need to do. Or if you do poorly on a test, you're not doing what you need to do. You need to study. You need to do good in school. That's your job. Talking to someone, very important. If you have problems, you need to talk to someone. Your parents, siblings, maybe somebody in school, a guidance counselor, your good old PE teacher. These are all people that you could talk to. Relaxing is always a key. If you feel stressed, sometimes lay down. Read a book. Listen to music. Increase your activity. Maybe joining a team, a sport team, or just shooting baskets outside. All great ideas. Next slide, and the final slide, is other techniques used to help reduce stress. The first one is deep breathing. All right, deep breathing is where you sit up straight, legs flat on the ground, and you just breathe in and out. In and out. I feel pretty good by doing that. Now picture doing that for a few minutes with your eyes closed and you're just focusing and relaxing on your breathing. It can be reducing your stress. It can calm you down. And it's good because all you're doing is focusing on your breathing. Nothing else but your breathing. And it definitely works. I do it from time to time. I don't do it while I'm teaching because then you would not see me at all. But I would encourage you to try that. Second, music. Music is a great way to help reduce stress. I love music, country music. I love holiday music. I love all sorts of types of music. And hand massage. What I sometimes do, I know it sounds weird, but when you write a lot and you type a lot, your hands start to hurt. So a lot of times I'm just constantly rubbing my hands. Rubbing your hands help to reduce stress, and it actually makes your hands feel better. All right? They don't cramp up as much. The blood flow keeps your blood flowing in your hands. Perfect way to reduce stress. Other techniques anyway. Final slide is music and sports help us take a break. As I just said, I have some people on there: Zach Brown Band, Saquon Barkley, Carrie Underwood, and of course the New York Mets as my music people on there. I have my sport person on there, and I have my Mets, which hopefully will win it in 2021. I hope you enjoyed the presentation today. Hope you got something out of it today, and please complete your Google form. Do not turn in anything in Google Classroom because I'm not grading any assignment you have in Google Classroom. I'm just looking for your Google form. So please click on the link and complete your Google form. Everyone have a great day, and please stay stress-free. Take care. Bye-bye.